Hey everyone, this is Molly, the creator of UiPath, and in this video I'm doing a quick walkthrough of the design system. This latest version has a lot of updates, the biggest one being the addition of component properties. So let's start by taking a quick look at a few examples. Down here we have some of the components found in the design system. Every single component in the system has been completely rebuilt to be optimized for component properties. Let's go through and look at a few quick examples. With input, we can switch between different types. Buttons, we can add different icons. Tabs, we can add a different number of items, add in different icons or switch between sides. For tables, we can add additional rows and update the columns. For example, adding a checkbox or maybe a column of badges. Now, if you're less familiar with some of these newer features in Figma, always head over here to the welcome page. You'll find some resources as well as a series of tutorials help you get started quickly in the file using these different features as well as customizing all the styles to match your branding. Next, let's take a look at the example workflow pages. On each of these pages, you see a few example screens using different components from the library, as well as some additional components used to help organize the designs. Down here, we can see documentation for all the different styles. Some big updates have been made to the color styles to make them even more intuitive to use, as well as accessible. But we'll see on this page down here a color key showing some context for how the color palette was generated, as well as giving you some clear guidelines for how to add additional colors to the system. And here we have our typography styles, elevation styles, and grid and layout style. Using these styles throughout your designs is going to be a really great way to keep your look and feel of your product consistent while also making it really easy to maintain long term. So let's do a quick example using the color styles. Down here, I have a series of components that are using the primary default color. So if we go into our styles over here and edit each of these styles by just adjusting the hue value, let's say to 300, for this kind of bright magenta color, we can see that in just a few seconds, the entire file can be customized. And the exact same process can be used for all the different text, elevation, and grid and layout styles as well. Lastly, let's take a look at a few of the main components. So you can see down here, each page houses a specific component and all the different elements needed to build as well as document that component. So for example, for avatars, we have individual avatars and avatar groups, as well as the atoms used for this specific component. And then over here, we see some documentation laying out all the different types and states and sizes for each component. We'll see the same thing on each of these pages. And you also get access to the dark theme, in which all the different components and styles are fully optimized to be as accessible as possible on a dark background. So whether you're designing as an individual or part of a larger team, this file is going to help you save a lot of time, as well as teach you a lot of design and Figma best practices.